What's at stake for
What's
me?
at stake?
And what's at stake for me?
And what's at
Of black
In the Rodney King case has delivered its verdict, and they've all been found not guilty, not guilty, not guilty, not guilty, not guilty, not guilty.
Without penalties, without sanctions, without record-keeping requirements, and without some punishment for failing to keep those records, then this practice will continue.
These stories start to connect for me. You know, Mike Brown, why isn't this happening?
because they continue to get away with it. They don't have to suffer any consequences.
We are a group that is watching the people that's supposed to be protecting us. Yeah. Who do we call if they do something to us? If you driving down the street and say you see a police, stopping someone, stop, put your camera out, because that just might save that person from police misconduct.
That's right. You ain't had no business putting your hand on the kid.
Putting a hand on a 14-year-old child.
Not one.
The hip-hop cops. Okay, so why is there no federal task force
for the police?
Control and police the police?
Aggressive, proactive policing can breed anger and charges of racial profiling.
Okay, guy in a black hoodie right in front of Albert's Market just saw us and headed straight into the store.
It's called stop and talk. Ask a few questions, see if he'll consent to a search. It's all perfectly legal. The man has done nothing wrong, hasn't broken any law, but does he fit a certain profile?
We're actually looking for someone.
There's a weird relationship now with all that's been happening in the media. It's where we used to see police as, growing up, police were like, oh, they protect us, like they watch out for everybody. But now there's almost a community versus the police officers.
What's at stake for me is police brutality. Being a young mother and raising two young sons, it scares me. And also having a husband who's in his early 30s, it scares me as well. So that's really at stake for me at this point.
The problem with policing in communities of color is cultural competency. We don't have the cultural competency. We're not working together. We're not bridging the gap to bring us together.
If a cop has to say, serve and protect, at least they need to do is just follow their words, just do what they need to do. Just do your job, stop abusing your shield.
Justice is not thinking that you are going to be treated any differently on account of your race, your sexual orientation, your gender, religious beliefs. So I think that justice is when you take your identity out of it. How am I being handled?
I'm young and I'm black. I'm a target. Every day of my life, I always have been. This is a systemic problem that reaches far past Ferguson. Mike Brown, in this case, is just a catalyst for a much bigger conversation.
My first reaction when I see a police officer is, are you really here to help me, or are you here to judge me?
I understand that a lot of cops out there are just trying to feed their families and provide a good life for the ones that they love, but they should be held accountable for the same law that they.
It's going to take a lot to change, and I think something has to happen between police protocol and training, what's happening when they're training, and what's happening when we're raising our kids. That's where the change starts.
It depends on the training experience. It depends on the person that you're dealing with at any given time.
What's at stake for me?
What's at stake?
And what's at stake for me?
And what's at stake?
Of black